in a sense, I mean, both work drew on similar organizational skills, the ability to organize and work with people, but their ways of seeking change are really different. Where the advocacy work is focused on the change that one seeks is always out there with somebody else, trying to change somebody else, whether it's individuals or systems, change policy. In a sense, it's always that there's somewhere the problem lies somewhere else.
Mm.
When you get into the spiritual work, it's much more. It's not to say that that goes away, but that the for me at least, the bigger part is the change lies within. And I think part of well, there was a little phrase that kept showing up. This was sort of in my later 40s, so early 2000s. Um, that kept showing up in my consciousness that we're winning the battles because all of the stuff I worked on was very successful in terms of the specific concrete, the tangible objectives we set out were very, I mean, kind of stunningly successful. We're winning the battles, but we're losing the war. That is, no matter how many of these little battles we win, and some of them were quite large, still kind of our relationship with the earth is getting worse and worse and worse. So winning the battles but losing the war. There must be another way was the mantra that kept showing up in me. There must be another way. There must be another way. And what that led me to is this work, which really is the other way, is the deep, slow, largely largely invisible work of transforming human consciousness, human presence, which happens one person at a time rather than getting Congress to pass a law. Really, really, really different. I think both are necessary. Um, Paradoxically, at this moment in time when it seems like so much of the structures and systems of government are being torn apart, I think that inward change becomes more and more and more important. It's the only ground we've got that can hold, that can really hold. Which is not to say the activism isn't critical, because it is critical, but by itself it will not be enough. So this wasn't kind of my plan when I said, oh, so I'm going to go to divinity school and become a priest. There was no such plan, not in any human consciousness that I'm aware of.
Mhm.
Um, but as I look back and make sense of it, say, oh, that's what was going on. There's this sense of there's a deeper realm of work that has to happen, which is actually transforming human beings. And the spiritual religious world at its best actually does that. Other related realms do too, but it's an immensely powerful one. And it's the one that, for whatever mysterious purposes that I was called into.